Good afternoon. Want to welcome you to Sunday afternoon at Barbara's Stamp Pad. When you come on, say hi. Hi, Pat. Welcome. All right. Think I got everything in order. How cold is it in your area, Pat? Over here, the last that I checked, it was like 51 degrees. And it's still kind of wet out there. So it's cold. My hands are still cold. I have my heater on my desk over here. So hopefully once I get going, it'll, my body will warm up as well. I'm just shuffling the wheel. Just waiting for a few people to come on. Who else is here? Who did I miss? Did I miss somebody? Sorry about my finger being in the camera. Donna. Hi, Denise. Kathy. Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Hey, Stella. I hope wherever you are warm, because here in San Antonio, it is 51 degrees. Hey, Veronica. Lisa, welcome everyone. I'll go ahead and get started. Thank you all for joining me this Sunday afternoon. My name is Barbara Ragsdale, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that lives in the San Antonio, Texas area. Let me make sure my volume is all the way up. Oh, it is. And I am coming to you live from Barbara's Stamp Pad in San Antonio, Texas. And we are going to be casing the mini catalog today, and we're also going to be casing the Sale-a-Bration brochure. So I wanted to be able to show you all some of the new products. I'm still excited about coming to you and showing you new products that are going to be upcoming. These new products will be available January the 4th. Thank you all for sharing. Who did I miss? Did I miss somebody? Lisa Bryant. I think I got caught up. I'm trying to catch everybody. Still having issues with comments, but anyway, I wanted to, it's been a while since I've cased anything. Hey, Bev. Yes, Merry Christmas to everyone. Thank you for sharing. I wanted to case the catalogs. It's been a while since I've cased anything, and if you're not familiar with the word case, that means copy and share everything. And I love to case the catalog because I love to be able to show people that you can make the things that are in our catalogs. And so that's always exciting, and we'll give you a little more, what's the word? I can't think of the word right now. Like, I can do it. You can do it. These two cards, I'm only doing 2 cards today, but each one of them has, no, actually, you know what? I did 3. We're going to do 3. Now, I can't show you the insides of the catalogs, but you will be able to see basically the finished picture. Hey, Mary Ellen. Thank you for sharing, Kathy. One. Yes, one card is coming out of the mini catalog, and 2 are coming out of the Sale-a-Bration brochure. And I kind of modified one of them because I didn't look at the little recipe as far as what it was. I can't tell if it's an acrylic box or a pizza box. But I made it my own with another new product. So anyway, let me close this catalog before I forget and accidentally show something I'm not supposed to. Close that. Let's get some announcements out of the way, and then we can get started. Get that. Yeah, a couple of these cards have just a couple of little steps in them, so I know they were going to take a little bit, but just wanted to also let you know that catalogs have all been mailed out. I do have some extra ones that are made up and ready to go, so if you do not get any Stampin' Up! Catalogs from anybody and you need some catalogs, specifically the new upcoming mini catalog and the mini catalog and Sale-a-Bration brochure, just let me know. You can either sign up for my email list. All of the links will be in the description after we're done, or just private message me, and I will need your mailing address so I can send your catalogs to you. So just let me know. Don't want anybody missing out on everything that's going to be available January the 4th. Right now, I didn't look at the list, but I don't think there's anything that's not going to not be available. I know sometimes they give us lists. I'm just adjusting this light of things that aren't going to be available, and I haven't checked that list yet, but yeah. So if you need catalogs, let me know. The current mini catalog does end on January the 3rd. Yes, January the 3rd, and we still do have the last chance products list. So if you want to go check that out, see if there's anything on there that is going to be going bye-bye and then won't be available to purchase, go check that out. Go check out the clearance rack refresh. Don't forget, we are still in the Paper Pumpkin subscription period for Hugs and Kisses, or Kisses and Hugs actually is the name of it. And so that subscription period ends January the 10th. The link to become a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. I was talking about medications the other day, and the first thing that came into my mind was prescriptions. So anyway, go check that out. All of the links, like I said, will be in the description. The next kit looks like it's going to be so super cute. It's called Kisses and Hugs. It's going to contain enough supplies to create 10 cards and coordinating envelopes, and it's supposed to be perfect for all love occasions throughout the year, like Valentine's Day, anniversaries, weddings, honeymoons, birthdays, and more. So, ooh. And who doesn't need at least 10 of those cards on hand? Plus, there's going to be an add-on box that's going to be available. Hi, Denise. Sometime, I want to say a week and a half, I didn't write it down, but about a week and a half after the kit is going to be shipped out, there's going to be an add-on kit that's going to be available, and they're little treat boxes. Don't forget, I do have my Love and Happiness online bingo class. So if you haven't yet attended a bingo class, a Stampin' Up! Bingo class, you are welcome to join. It's Saturday, January the 15th from 6:30 to 8:30. The cost is $42. That includes shipping, by the way. And your fee is going to include a bingo card, a swag bag of product. We'll do 4 stamping projects using the Love and Happiness bundle out of the new mini catalog. Everything's going to be cut for you, die cut for you, punched, embossed, and you have the option of purchasing extra bingo cards. Hey, Sandy, that's my mom-in-law. Hope you and Randy are doing fine over there and staying warm. I got my heater on over here next to me. So if you want to join for online bingo, it will be held via Zoom. Feel free to go and register for that. You can actually go do that now. In the events section here on my Facebook page, there is an event already set up. So you can go and check that out. And then Spring retreat is still only available to go. So if you're interested in taking my spring retreat to go, let me know. And then also, if you're interested, I got a couple of interests last week. Is if you're interested in attending a retreat, another retreat, I am looking at adding another date in either April or May for a weekend retreat at Mountain Laurel again. And in order for, I'm just asking that there's at least 6 people, and I think that would include me too, that would be able to attend. So if you're interested in a retreat at Mountain Laurel Retreat, which is in the Texas Hill Country, just message me, okay? I am looking at dates to add another one because the one in April that I have already is full. That one's only available to go, but I do understand that some people do want to still have to, or still want to be able to attend a retreat. So I'm open to opening up another date. Okay, let me get this out of the way. And how about we go ahead and get started? Welcome everybody. If you're watching me for the first time, my name is Barbara. I do go live on Sunday afternoons. I do go live Wednesday mornings at 10 in order to do scrapbook page layouts. And so if there's anything that you need when you're watching the demonstration after the video, I'll post a supply list. It won't have any of the new stuff on there just yet. Repeat the Laurel retreat, please. Denise, I have one on the books right now, but that one's full, but I'm looking at adding another date in April or May for a weekend retreat there at Mountain Laurel. So if you're interested, I know you kind of live close. I guess you could say you don't live too far, but I would love for you to join us. And when we say retreats, at our retreats, well, especially mine, hi Kay, any crafter is welcome. Let me just point that out. But I will say that you do have to be female. It is a female retreat center. So that's the only thing. I know we have some male friends out there that might be crafty and want to go, chill the weekend with the ladies, but this retreat is a women's retreat, and so only females are allowed. So that's the only thing. But other than that, any crafter is welcome. Whether you want to go and sew, whether you want to go and knit, crochet, go paint, anybody's welcome. I will tell you that retreat center is set up for people that quilt. So if you're a quilter and you want to join us, anybody is welcome, really. Even if you don't have anything that you want to work on and you want to get away, part of the retreat options are make and takes. I design 8 projects for you to do. You get a goodie bag of products and a couple of add-on classes or whatever you want to do for that weekend. The point is just to come and have fun and relax and get away, be fed. You don't have to clean up after dinner, the whole thing. It does sound wonderful. And there's Bino making his little side appearance there. But anyway, but retreats are fun. They really are. It's a great, you get to meet other people that you see online that join you when you're watching these demonstrations, people that you haven't seen in a while. It's a really great time. And I do keep mine very affordable. And so, and when it comes to invoice payment times, they're spread out 30 days apart, and it's split in half, so it makes it really easy, especially if you're on a budget and you need to be able to pay some now and then pay some more later, whatever it might be. So do consider joining for one of my weekend retreats. So I promise you'll have a good time. And so let's go ahead and get started. I'm excited to show you what we've got today. So let's get this pointed around, and hopefully Hi, Teresa. Hopefully, I can keep up with comments, and then hopefully you will enjoy today's demonstration. So let's get this flipped around. Bear with me. Let me pull this back. When this comes into focus, you will see my website address, and then you'll also see the monthly online ordering special host code. So what that means is when you order online with me, let me pull this down some more. When you order online with me and your order is at least $25, which is very, very easy to do, you're going to get a free kit in the mail this month to make these 4 cards using the Create with Friends stamp set and the In Good Taste Designer Series paper. From both of these are from our annual catalog. Y'all, I know we have some exciting things coming out. Everybody loves new, fresh products, but come on, we still got to give some love to our annual catalog. And so for the month of December, I decided to choose something out of the annual catalog to still give it some love. And so the Create with Friends stamp set is what I'm using, and In Good Taste, both out of the annual catalog. You're going to love this pack of paper because it's got a lot of, let me bring it, it's got a lot of different designs and textures, wood grain textures, textiles, you name it. You can see stone, tile, rocks, plank kind of stuff. It's a pretty large package of paper, but it's the In Good Taste Designer Series paper, and I have a feeling that this is probably going to be the last annual catalog that this will be available in, because it's been available for the last couple of years. But you're going to get a free kit in the mail that will make all 4 of these cards. Everything will be cut for you, die cut for you, anything that needs to be embossed. You're going to have the accessories you need, which is going to be this petal pink organdy striped ribbon, your rhinestones, and even the twine here. The only thing it does not include is the stamping. So if you own the Create with Friends stamp set, perfect, you can create these cards as designed, or if you don't, you can also add it on if you want. So like I said, everything's included, $25 or more, free kit in the mail. If your order's $50 or more, you're going to get a free spool of this petal pink organdy striped ribbon. Okay, so that's my monthly special for December. Every single month the specials change. And then let me go ahead and shuffle this one more time before I go to spinning. We're going to go ahead and do last week's drawing, and if you are wondering how you can get your name on this wheel, when you like, comment, or share any of my videos, whether it's a Wednesday video or a Sunday video, you're going to get entered into the drawing for whatever prize I did the week before, especially Sunday. And if you joined us last week, these are the 2 cards that we made using new product out of the Sale-a-Bration catalog and mini catalog. So we're going to be giving these 2 cards away. They will come with envelopes. And then, of course, I need to stamp the back with a little Stampin' Up logo before I send those out. But we're going to be giving those away. Now, once again, when you like, comment, or share any of my videos, that gets you on the wheel. When you share, you actually get 2 entries on the wheel. So it's a win-win for everybody. When you share the videos, it helps promote the video out into the world, out into the internet world, and helps my business. But it also helps increase your chances of winning the prizes every single week. So we're going to go ahead and spin this wheel, and good luck, everyone. Denise asks, she's curious, why can't stamped images be sent? Let's get this one out of the way. Oh, look at that. We have a Leah. I think that's how you pronounce your name. Leah, I didn't see if you were on here. Hi, Teresa, Denise, Stella. I think I caught up with everybody. Kay. Oops. Get out of there. Okay, so Leah's not on, but Leah, if you are watching the replay, or if you come on later, if anybody else sees Leah come on later, congratulate her. But Leah, you won the 2 cards from last week. Congratulations. So I'll get those prepared for you. And you did join my email list a couple of weeks ago. So I have your mailing address, but just keep a lookout in the mail for your prizes. Congratulations. And you guys, it really is that easy just to win and get your name on this wheel. My drawings are live. In the beginning, they were live, but I did them a little differently. But now I use this wheel so we can do live drawings, just so y'all can see in live time who the winner is. All right. So what are we doing today? I'm going to be showing you a bundle that is out of the mini catalog. And the bundle that I'm going to be showing you is the Rainbow of Happiness bundle. That also includes, there's also coordinating dies that come with it. It is a photopolymer stamp set, which y'all know I love photopolymer. Photopolymer are these really clear stamps, for those of you that might not know what that is, because we do have 3 different kinds of stamps, types of stamps. I love the photopolymer because you can see through them, so when you go to stamp, you know exactly where you're going to be stamping. And so, and they tend to cling better to our acrylic blocks. The other ones we have are red rubber. They're clear, but they're not really clear. It's just a red rubber. And then we have cling, which are super sticky. Got to be a little bit careful with those. But that is the Rainbow of Happiness bundle. Let me bring that back. But there's also, you can add on separately a cloud punch. So we're going to be using the cloud punch as well today. That comes out of that. And then out of the Sale-a-Bration brochure, y'all, check this out. Paper's over here. You can earn, beginning January 4th through February 28th, you can earn this package, you turn it that way, this package of designer series paper for free with a $50 purchase. Okay, so keep this in mind. January, $50 purchase will get you my free kit in the mail, whatever I designed for the month of January. It's going to get you a free coordinating accessory with me. Plus, you get to choose a $50 level item out of the Sale-a-Bration brochure. And the Sunshine and Rainbows designer series paper is one of those items you can choose. Let me show you this fun paper. Look at all of these designs. I'm going to fan out the other side. You've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You have 12 designs. You get 4 pages of each of these designs, all various types of rainbow designs. And let me see if I can flip this around in one, which maybe I can, maybe I can't. Check out the other side. Look at all that. 48 sheets of 6x6 designer series paper that you can get for free that coordinates with this Rainbow of Happiness bundle that you can get out of the mini catalog. So lots of exciting things coming January the 4th. So make sure you have a catalog and make sure you have access to be able to order these things. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started with card number 1, which I have already lost my cards, y'all. Where's my cards? Hold on. Where did I put them? Y'all, I swear, if I did not have my head attached to my body with muscles and skin and the whole 9 yards, I would probably lose that too. Give me a moment. I left them at my desk. Hi, Joanne. Let's see if I missed any other comments. Everybody's congratulating Leah. Oh, Denise, I'm sorry, I forgot about your question. I'm curious, why can't stamped images be sent? So the images with Stampin' Up, Denise, they are copyrighted, and it's just one of those rules that Stampin' Up created for demonstrators, that when we send out, just say I was sending you this card kit, if I went ahead and stamped this on here and on the die cut and everything, you're basically just assembling the card. It's also, you know, probably in addition to like a copyright issue, it's a sales issue too, because if we're stamping everything for you, then nobody would buy the stamps, nobody would buy the inks, you know, that kind of thing. But I think more so it's more of a copyright issue. So that's why. So it's just one of their rules that we have to go by. Now, if I wanted to, and you bought the cards, I could make the cards for people and stamp them and go ahead and send them, but they would have to be already assembled. That's the only downfall. Like, I would literally have to make the cards for you and send them to you, and then that would be okay. So I hope that explains that. But let's do, this is the first card. It's not a card I would normally do, or as far as putting layers and things together, but I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cute. But this card actually comes out of, let me double check. I'm looking in the catalog right now. Well, hold on. I'm looking in the I'm looking in the mini catalog, because if you do have your mini catalog, if you have a copy of your mini catalog, if you go look at page 18, this card might look familiar to you. So if you look at page 18, you're probably going to see a card that looks very, very similar to this. And we are using the Hive embossing folder. So let's go ahead and start putting this one together. This one does require using the I'm trying to grab my stuff here. We are going to be doing a few things with this one, okay? I have this little scrap over here, and I've got this scrap. I have my bases, everything. So let's go ahead and get my bone folder. The base on this one is just jade. Okay, so the card base is just jade. Now, if you joined me before, you know I'm going to tell you, stamp the back of your card. Because it's a non-white base, we're going to be putting one on the inside. But if you're doing this card and you have something you want to stamp or write in the inside, go ahead and do that part now so that you don't do it later and end up messing up your card. So you always want to stamp whatever you need or write before you go putting it in, unless you're feeling really, really, let me get that on there straight. Unless you're feeling like you can do it without messing it up, okay? So now we have our basic card base. The front of the card is from the picture, I can tell, looking at the, and I'm sorry, I just can't show you the inside of the catalogs just yet, but from the picture, I don't see any perimeter that shows that this is a mat that's anything other than the size of the front of the card. So the front of the card is going to fit exactly the front of the base card. And that means that you're going to be looking at, where's my, I had it right here. Got covered up there. You're looking at the front of it being a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 mat for the front, okay? And we're going to put a little bit of adhesive on there, and hopefully this won't tear. And it looks like it wants to, so I might have to break out my glue. I need to do that. Oh, I don't like this tearing. Let me get some glue. Let's get some glue on this. Make it easier on everybody here. Make sure I get around that edge, because this is going to be somebody's prize unless I mess up on it, and then I'll end up giving away my good card. Okay, so this one is a landscape. So we're just going to put this front on, and it's going to fit perfect on the front of this card. Now on this step, you can certainly do this before or after. I did it after and it worked just fine, but they did stamp with just jade. One of the stamps in the set is a really small stamp that has 3 little hearts. I'm going to go ahead and stamp those on there so it gives me an idea of where it still works. Even though it's already embossed, it still works. But if you're worried about it not working, then definitely do the little stamping first, and then you can emboss your sheet there, okay? Now the other thing I'm going to do, since I have my little scrap piece out, is we're going to be punching a couple of these clouds. So let's punch a couple of those. Get that on there. And then we're going to be using our blending brush to blend a little bit of that just jade. And no worries, it's going to be light. Just going to start off. Just gives the clouds just a little. That's probably a little darker than I wanted, but I'm going to try to rub that one out there. You start off on the edge, and then you kind of just start rubbing on the cloud. Just gives it a little bit of color, not much. In fact, let me go to the back of that one. That one was kind of too dark. Doesn't have to be like perfect, but it had a little bit of color on it, but I didn't want to like completely overdo it. Okay, so now I have my clouds ready to go. And then I have this piece right here that I'm going to use our tailored tag punch to just do a little banner at the edge, a banner cut at the edge. And then we're going to put this piece down. Let's get some adhesive. Kind of goes like that. I thought it was kind of odd that this card has a little bitty piece of designer series paper that comes from the Pansy Petals designer series paper. So really it's just a gingham piece of paper. So if you have another gingham scrap from something, that's the only piece. And what they did with this one is they just cut this one kind of like that. Okay, so let's get some adhesive on that. I'm going to put that one down kind of like that. they used this white glittered organdy ribbon. Trying to get that off of there. There we go. Let me cut just a little piece of that. So if you have scraps, definitely you can use your scraps for that. Get some glue dots, because I want this to be able to, we're going to fold this. That way it stays folded that way. And then I'm going to put another glue dot. I really had to study that picture, you guys, to figure out how they did that. And then we're going to go that way. That way it stays like that. Okay? And then I'm going to put another glue dot on the back so that it can go basically right there. Like that. Okay, now this is the fun part. This is why I have this. And then when you're using photopolymer stamp sets, you want to have a hard surface, and mine's already hard enough, but I'm going to be still using one of the foam mats to go underneath it. This is actually one of the Stamparatus foam mats, and we're going to be doing some stamping. And I already have my pieces ready to go, and I've got a little scrap piece here so I can do some stamping off. Now the first, let me bring that over here a little bit. The first color that we're going to be stamping with is Fresh Freesia, and we're going to be stamping off. Okay, it didn't say that in there, but when I stamped it the first time, it was rather dark, and so was the Just Jade. So these are already ready to go. So let me stamp the largest part of the rainbow, and then I'm going to stamp off. That is, and then I'm going to start, give it just a little pressure. Okay, so now I have a Fresh Freesia rainbow, and then the next one is going to be, I can close Fresh Freesia. It's going to be Just Jade. Let me bring that up here. So I stamp off on that. We're going to do this one, Just Jade, stamp off, and then just line it up. If you are uncertain about your lining up, let me do that again because one part looked a little darker. If you're uncertain about lining things up, definitely use your Stamparatus if you have a Stamparatus, especially if you're doing multiples of these cards, okay? Definitely break out your Stamparatus. The third layer, yeah, that's the third layer. That one's the most fun one, okay? So on this one, we're actually going to be, if you notice, it looks a little shiny. This is where they used the Gilded Leafing, okay? So we're going to be using the Gilded Leafing, and to do that, we're going to be using Versamark. So let's get that wet. Now it did show heat and stick powder that was on there. We're going to get that layer up with Versamark. Give that a little pressure. And while it's still wet, we're going to sprinkle a little of the heat and stick powder on it. Just going to move that around just a little bit so it gets coated on there pretty good. And then I'm going to use that same piece to kind of tap it back in there. Probably going to get a little bit. Let me tap this off. And then we are going to use our heat tool to heat that up. Bear with me. think that's pretty good. And I'm going to break out my little container of gilded leafing, and I'm just going to dip it in there. Okay, this is how I do mine, and it works just fine. I just dip it in there, and I've got an old sponge in there. Well, the first one worked just fine. What'd I do wrong? What'd I do wrong? It's not wanting to stick. Hold on. Let's do this. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to stamp that again, because I'm pretty sure I did something backwards. Hold on. Some of y'all are probably telling me, and I don't see my comments right now. That just stick on there. Well, why is it not sticking this time? Well, my Versamark. Let me look at the comments. Okay, somebody, Stella or who? Stella, Pat, why is my gilded leafing not sticking this time? What did I do wrong? It wants to stick, but then it doesn't want to stick. Hold on, let me take that off, because now it's going to get everywhere. Okay, it wants to stick, but then it doesn't want to stick. So will it make up its mind what it wants to do? Let's try this again. I've probably ruined this piece, so I might have to start over, but I don't want to start over. I don't want to start over. Let me clean this. I'm going to clean the bottom of this real quick. Real quick. Let me try something on the back real quick. Let's get this. No, let me try it again. All right. 3 times. I don't know if it's just because I didn't dry it good enough or what, but we're going to find out. We are going to find out. Make sure I got it good on there. I wasn't anticipating it not sticking. It stuck the first time I did it, you guys. But we're live, and so I'm pretty sure that has something to do with it. Okay, so let's get that off. Let's get this heated back up. Try this again. Maybe it wasn't completely, okay, I see it changing now. Maybe it wasn't completely warmed up, because I see it changing now. Y'all probably can't see it on that end, but I definitely see it on my end. It didn't look like it wanted to change. There we go. It wasn't the Versamark. It looked like it was ready to accept some things earlier, but it was not. So that was totally my bad. But that shows you how when you're using your heat gun, you just gotta let it warm up a little bit. I'm just a little impatient because I'm on a live right now. Okay, so anyway, there's Gilded Leafing. Now that it's stuck everywhere, let me get this out of the way. All right, and get that out of the way, and let me tap this mat off. Let's just flip it around, okay? Because we still have a layer of Flirty Flamingo to do right underneath that. Clearly, if you're doing this, you do not have to do the Gilded Leafing part. You can just add another layer of color to your rainbow, okay? So let's stamp that off, and then let's stamp this one right underneath. There. Okay. Yeah, I think the Stamparatus would probably help when it comes to lining up things, but you don't have to have the Stamparatus. Okay. And then this one does require fussy cutting, and fussy cutting is really just manually cutting. I don't know why they call it fussy cutting, probably because you get a little fussy as you're cutting, or you're fussy because you have to cut. But there's no die with this one. When you do all of these individual stamps of the rainbow, there's no die. So if you want it to be like a die cut, you have to manually cut it out. And I'm going to go back and trim this little edge off right here. There's dies for other things, and the third card that we do today is going to show you how you can do something with just dies. Okay, so let's get this middle part out as well. But if you wanted your rainbow to be brighter, definitely don't stamp off. But I did notice that in order to do the card they did in the catalog, they did the stamping off. Okay, so now make sure I got all of that off. Now we're going to be putting the rest of this together. We're going to put some dimensionals. We'll put 3 big ones on there. Oops. Get that off of there. So I got 3 dimensionals. Let me get that ready. Because remember, we have our little, there we go. We have our cloud punches. I'm going to put one on there, because one goes back behind right here, and this one goes to the left of that. I did notice that they put, did I do that the right way? I'm going to do it this way. That one behind there, and this one was on the top like that. Got that little, I've got this stuff everywhere now. Get that off. So anyway, but you know what I forgot? Oh my goodness. Before I cut that out, hold on. Y'all might have been telling me that too. Can I still do it? I'm looking to see if I can still do it. Oh my goodness, you guys. I forgot to stamp the sentiment. I forgot to stamp the sentiment. Ugh. But I'm trying to make sure if I can still do it with these dimensionals on, and I probably can't, so let me just take them off. OMG. Where's that one? Yep, it's right on there. There's a sentiment that goes on here. So let me take those off, and hopefully, let me go ahead and take that one off too. Let me just take them all off, and I can put fresh ones on. I'm going to use this on my silicone mat so that things don't stick. But there's a sentiment that you stamp in Just Jade, and it says, "Sending you a rainbow of happiness." And you stamp this one full strength over the Just Jade on the rainbow. So I'm lining this up and gonna stamp it. And then pull it off. Whew, what a great recover. Yay! Then now we're going to put this one back together. So let's get dimensionals on the back again and put this back where it belongs. That looks so much better. That one goes behind there. They did the rainbow a little kind of, where one part is behind the clouds and one part is in front of the clouds. But a little bit of that DSP is showing. I'm just trying to replicate it exactly like they have it. Y'all, that took a little longer than I expected, but I did not expect that gilded leafing to go wrong, but it actually looks better on the second one. But there is one of the cards from the mini catalog, cased from page 18. So if you're looking at your mini catalog, check out page 18, and this is the card that they did on page 18. So, whew. Sorry about that. Took a little longer, but didn't anticipate that. Okay. So now I'm going to be doing a card from, let me get those things out. I'm going to be doing a card, get that out of there, from the, moving the Gilded Leafing out of the way. Okay, so now I'm going to be doing a card that is out of the Sale-a-Bration brochure. So if you have a Sale-a-Bration brochure, if you look at page 8 and 9, this card is like sandwiched in the crease of 8 and 9, and it's this one. Now all three of these, actually this one and the next thing I'm going to be doing uses the designer series paper. Okay, so for this one, we have a white base, which is fabulous. So we don't have to worry about any inserts, but you do want to do your stamping if you have stamping. Same thing, we have a piece of this designer series paper that's going to fit the front of the card perfect. So there's not going to be any basic white that you see all the way around. So let me get this. This is not embossed, it's just a piece of DSP. Okay. Now we are using vellum, our cardstock vellum with this, and I want to make sure that the adhesive that I use won't be shown, but it's enough adhesive to help hold this piece down. So I've got adhesive. This one's going to go in the center. That way you can still see some of that pretty designer series paper. One of the sheets of DSP has these fun clouds that are already basically colored and ready to go for you. All you have to do is punch them out. I will tell you that it'd be easier to punch them upside down so that you can see exactly where you're going to be punching. So we're just going to be punching three of these, and then let me cut this off a little bit, and then I want to show you the clouds that are barely hanging off the edge of the designer series paper. I want to show you how you can still use those as well. Okay. For example, this cloud right here on this piece of designer series paper, you can certainly still punch that out, because let's just say you were going to use that piece on this card. As you can see, if it was punched over that one, all you would have to do is move this little paper a little bit just to cover up the part that's cut off. So still use those pieces. Okay, don't let those go to waste. You might, it's going to get covered up anyway, and nobody's going to know it's not a full cloud, basically. So make sure that you use those pieces. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to use, I'll use this one right here. And hopefully I can get that in. Let's see if I can get that in. I probably should have used a Post-it note here to help put that in there and hold it so that I could move it around. Let's get that in there. Nobody breathe. And then I'm just going to pull that little piece of Post-it note off. Okay, so now I have those. Now, in the sample recipe for these, it said something about photos dies or something like that. Can't remember what it said. Let me see, what did it say? Picture this dies. I don't have those dies, so I broke out the layering circles and used that instead, okay? Because we're going to be stamping, and I used the smallest circle that has the little scallops around the edge, and we're going to stamp in Melon Mango. Where'd my saying go? A little something to brighten your day. Okay, so let me stamp that on here, and then we can assemble this. A little something to brighten your day. That looks horrible. Okay, I'm going to keep this one for my sample and give away the good one. Not that it looks horrible, I just missed a little bit of ink at the top. Okay, so now I have that piece, and then I have these two pieces. This designer series paper is from the Rainbow DSP. Okay, but on this one, I'm going to make a little tag end here. Do that real quick so that we can start layering these on. And yeah, so let's start putting these on. We're going to put this on with the dimensional, kind of right there. These aren't going to be the same clouds, but they'll be pretty close. I'll put this one on next. Thank you all for joining me, and if you're joining or watching the replay off of YouTube, thank you for subscribing, and if you haven't already subscribed, you can stamp that red subscription button. Turn on your notifications, that way you know when I upload a video. Okay, so let's get some adhesive on the back of that. We're going to put this kind of between there. Get some adhesive on the back of this one. Let's put that one kind of like that. And then put some adhesive on the back of a little something to brighten your day. Put that right there. Now the last thing that goes on here are, and I've used these a couple of times, is the new polished dots. We are going to be coloring the very vanilla ones here with, you can use dark or you can use light. This one uses 2 of the larger ones, and then I colored the smaller ones, 3 of the smaller ones with the light. These do take well to our blends, our Stampin' blends. So let's get those on there. We got one there. We got a small one, if I can pick it up. Got a small one right there. There's a large one right there. Small one. And small one. That one used 5. And there you have it. This is one of the cards cased off of page 8 to 9 in your Sale-a-Bration brochure. little something to brighten your day. Right. Now the last one we're going to be doing is also on page, well, it's on page 9 in the Sale-a-Bration brochure. Now if you have your brochure, in the middle of page 9, there's a square box. Like I said, I didn't look at the sample recipe, so I don't know if that's an acrylic block or blocks, acrylic acetate, sorry, acetate. I got that mixed up. An acetate box, or if it's a pizza box. Because, you know, we still have the white pizza boxes, and I couldn't tell what it is. But what I wanted to do was also show you in the mini catalog, we have some new boxes called Sweet Little Boxes. That's the box I'm going to use. So I don't know what's in there, but this is what I'm going to do. These are these sweet little boxes. I don't have let me see if I have one. I have somebody's card here. I don't know if that card is actually a gift card size. But anyway, we're going to put together one of these little boxes. Okay? Little cute box just for some treats. So let's do that. And I have all my pieces already ready. The pieces that I'm using are die cuts, basically. They're all die cuts. But first, let's put together our box. It's a cute little box, very simple. If you've ever put together any of our boxes, you know the first thing you want to do is go ahead and go fold in all our edges where it's already creased for you. Okay, so let's get all these folded so it makes it easier for assembling. I think I got them all. Okay, so now the box actually comes together. See if I can do this, like this. Okay, kind of like that. So it already has some sticky tape on the side. All you have to do is peel it off, sort of like our tear and tape adhesive. See if I can grab onto that. Oops. There we go. Well, hold on. Let me take it from the other side. I have a hard time grasping on, but there we go. Okay. I was just grabbing paper. Okay, so now keep in mind that part is sticky. My fingers are already sticking to it. Pull these little tabs in. This right side, pull that in, but make sure your tabs stay in. And now you have this little box. Oops. Hold on. This side goes in. I did it with my right hand the first time, so now I'm turned around. There we go. The sticky part goes in. And then those two sides flap the box closed. I'll just press on it a little bit on the sides. And then now you have your box. Your box is ready to go. And then we're going to put some DSP on the outside. If you want, you can also put some designer series paper around the edges as well, but what I did on mine is I just stamped. And you can stamp before or after you put it together. It doesn't matter. And then now we have, let me bring this back just so I don't get glue everywhere. We're going to dab a little glue, just dots of this glue. And start putting our rainbow together. Give it just a little pressure, not much. Oops. Fell on the floor. dots, or you can use glue dots if you wanted to use glue dots. Although if you use glue dots, you might have to roll them up just a little bit so that it doesn't show from the outside. When you die cut these, you can also use our adhesive as well, the adhesive tape, if you don't want to have to worry about glue. And then we have a granny apple green one. Dab, dab, dab. Put that one on. And then this last one. Dab, 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 dab. And put that one on. Press that down a little. Okay. And then let's close this up. We have the little sentiment on the cloud says thank you, and we're going to be stamping that in Granny Green. And these little clouds are so small, you guys, that I have already, yes, I've already lost two of the clouds. All right, let's do this. We'll go ahead and make our bow while I'm looking for the clouds, the missing clouds. I am going to be making a bow using this Pool Party striped grosgrain ribbon. Now with your box, you can also decide to wrap it around the box. I just wouldn't wrap it where it opens, basically. I wouldn't do that part. Okay, so I'm just going to make a bow. Grosgrain ribbon is very easy to make bows with. Let's trim our edge. And then let me see which one I do have and which ones I need. And y'all know I'm probably going to find them after I'm done. Let me just double check over here. They are small and white, just like these. And everything was up here at the top. There we go. Somehow they flew off to the side. Now this is the largest. This is a die cut, by the way. Let me show you the die cuts again. I used this set and this large one, and there is a fourth one, but on this particular picture they only use 3, so I'm only going to use 3. So, but you also have other die cuts, and we actually to cut these out right here, each one of these colors, it was this die cut right here. So I did use a few die cuts in order to put this one together. So we're going to stamp thank you in Granny Apple Green on the largest, and that's a tiny sentiment, but that's okay because this is a tiny box. And then let me see, did I put that one up? I'm going to put a little glue on the back of that one. Okay, got a little glue on that one, and the other two are going to go up with dimensionals. So this one, this little guy right here is going to go right here. The thank you, we're going to use mini dimensionals. I'm going to put one on the back of that one. And we've almost wrapped this up today, you guys. And then this one, put a mini dimensional on that one. We're going to put over here. And then I've got this bow. And then we're going to put some dots on. So let me use 2 glue dots on the back of this. Just to kind of put something there on the side. We can go ahead and close this. Now keep in mind, if you wanted to stamp the outside of the box, I'm going to leave this one unstamped, but on mine I did stamp that little trio of hearts in Pool Party kind of all the way around. But I actually think this box would look cute with more designer series paper. In the picture, it doesn't look like there was any designer series paper on the side. Okay, so I'm going to actually put 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use dark Pool Party. We're going to color 3 of these. So I'm going to do 1 larger one and 2 smaller ones. Put those on there. Put 1 right there. They dry pretty quick too, so I can pick that one up. 1 there and 1 right there. All right, you guys, oh my goodness. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Let's bring all these back. I'll just show that one. And then this one. And this one. Whew, I did it. Let me put this little fella in the middle there. I think he kind of looks cute like that. So, oh my goodness, you guys, thank you for hanging in with me. Of course, things are going to happen on lives. It's always bound to happen, but thank you for being here with me, sharing your Sunday afternoon with me. Thank you for hanging in there through the couple of little hiccups there, but this is what you have to look forward to when you get your mini catalog and your Sale-a-Bration brochure if you haven't already. So just a little sneak peek of what's to come. Show you this Rainbow of Happiness bundle and this paper that you can get absolutely free with purchases of $50 or more, before shipping and tax, that is. So stay tuned. There's always going to be more to come. I am already planning next week's and already starting to plan the scrapbook layout for this next Wednesday morning. So if you'd like to come join me back Wednesday, I'll be back Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, in order to start a new page layout with you. So thank you all for joining. Thank you all for sharing. Have a great rest of your Sunday afternoon and evening wherever you are. Goodbye.